Hi, I'm Robin Trimingham, and I'm here with Bill Storie, the founder of Olderhood.com, and you're listening to Radio Olderhood, Retirement Happiness, a continuing series. So, Bill, what's on your mind today?
Hi, Robin. Hello, everybody. This week I'd like to refer back to an excellent article that we posted by Bob Lowry of the Satisfying Retirement blog, who writes for Olderhood as well. And it was a very interesting article. Bob's a great writer. He really seems to just get to the point. And this week's article that he'd written was about whether to, in retirement, whether you should downsize, whether you should sell up the old home, which has got a west wing and an east wing and a top wing and whatever perhaps, and downsize into like a condo or something like that. If there's only two.
No, as you know, but the
two,
readers don't. My parents went through this. I was raised in a fairly large house in an old neighborhood in downtown Toronto in Canada. And I have to say, bless their hearts, it took my parents 10 years easily, probably more, to decide finally to sell the house and move to a condo. Mm-hmm. And there are pros and cons to both. Certainly one of the cons is the older you get, the older your house gets, and the more likely that you're going to run into a substantial repair.
And that's what Bob was saying, that the house that he and his wife Betty are in at the moment is an older house, and they're looking at repairs and stuff like that. Where and similarly, he was saying that they've been in that house, for I think it's 10 or 12 years or something like that, and each year over the past few years they've tried to make the decision to do the move, to take the move to the smaller place, but I don't think they've made that decision. They haven't got there.
Well, Bob, if you're listening, here's my suggestion. Pack your bags. As much as it's hard to leave a place that you have a lot of happy memories associated with, there is nothing like having a whole new everything to refresh your life.
Yeah, but it's not as easy as that, though, is it? You can't just sort of say, okay, we'll make a decision to move. I mean, everybody likes their own space. I mean, in our house we've got a den and places where I can go. I've got a desk and I can sort of my sanctuary, if you.
But that doesn't mean that the place that you move to, you won't have your own space. For example, in the case of my parents, when they moved to a condo, they each had a bedroom, and there was also a den and a living room.
Yeah. Well, no, you're right, I suppose, but I think
just have different space. Do you know what it is that terrifies everybody? It's the what do we do with all of our stuff?
Well, yeah, and that's what Bob was talking about. That it would take them 3 years just to figure out what to take and what not to take and get rid of stuff.
In Canada, we call it a garage sale. In Bermuda, we call it a house sale.
Right.
I don't know what they call it in the Philippines, but it's called haul all of your stuff into the backyard and watch people take it away.
Is it?
Yeah. They actually give you cash
for
they stuff
for it.
That you thought was of no value whatsoever.
So you can get paid for this stuff.
In Bermuda, because we're 21 square miles in the middle of nowhere, everything has a value.
Right.
I sold a bicycle once with no seat for $100. I was going to take this thing to the dump.
Gold-plated?
I put it out in a yard sale, sort of as a joke, and there was actually more than one person who wanted it.
$100 for a bike?
With no seat.
With no seat?
With no seat.
Oh, dear. That seems like unbelievable. Yeah.
And the other thing is, at the end of your yard sale, there's two ways to look at this. Either what's left, you put it in your car and you donate it to charity, the Red Cross, or whatever charity is popular wherever you live, or it's half the distance from the house to the truck that you've hired to haul it away.
Well, going back to Bob's article, he's saying that moving. Let me just read this, but moving is expensive and involves lots of changes, even if only 20-30 minutes away, to the new house. And it's a challenge, and maybe as we get older, it's a bigger challenge than we think. Moving the house isn't easy.
Well, having just moved recently myself, I mean, you're right. Moving isn't easy, and I'll tell you something. It's as expensive to move across the street as it is to move 3,000 miles. You have to do all the same things, regardless.
Well, yeah. But the issue that Bob's talking about is not just the physical moving of the house, moving house. It's the emotional ties, and it's the hassle factor, and it's the can I be bothered to do this? Can I be bothered to do that? What will we do if we have less space?
Do you know what? I guarantee you that if you put yourself through the pain of actually dealing with all the things you've just mentioned and all the things that the people listening are thinking about that we haven't come up with today, when you get to the other end, you sit there for 3 days, and I guarantee you by the third day you're going to be going, oh, why didn't we do this years ago?
Well, all right, I'll tell you what we'll do then. Bob is listening to this, and I'll call Bob and discuss it with him, and you call his wife Betty and you discuss it, and then we'll come back next week and we'll tell everybody
which one of them really didn't want to move.
Right. That's right. So Bob, be prepared. I'm coming.
All right, that sounds like a good place to stop for today. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/olderhoodcom, and we'll look forward to talking to you again next week.
Okay, folks. Bye.
Take care, everybody.
Bye.